Peace and Shalom family, what's good? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for bearing with us through some technical difficulties and reaching out to our guests and so forth. Okay, appreciate y'all interacting in the chat as well. We have some really interesting discussions before the show even starts. You feel what I'm saying? So that's good. Yeah, this show is not going to be that long. Just want to give you guys a heads up on something because we definitely would like to put you guys on before we start to move forward with this event, right? So we got an event coming up in February, and I'm going to have the two guests online shortly, and they're going to be speaking to us and providing some information in regards to it. And there's a panel. It's really a panel discussion at the end, but it's going to be several speakers, and we still have some open slots for speakers, right? So we go into detail in that in a moment as soon as my guests are able to get on, okay? Just give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. 1 second. Just trying to help them get ready. Okay. All right. So I'm just waiting on them. And I got to share this link too. So give me a second. Somebody said the visual is blurry. Hold on. Shouldn't be. All right. Hit 1 if the audio and video is clear. Hit 1 if the audio and video is clear. All right. All right, family. So this is not a regular episode from the like Freestyle Friday or Saturday Night Live or Sundown Sunday or Turn Up Tuesday or forgot what I say for Mondays. I don't remember. But now I'm just waiting for, all right, cool. Everybody say it's good. Now I'm just waiting for the guests to arrive so that way we can get started with the show. Also, there's some things that I want to speak about because the show is not primarily for that. I'm going to reserve some of that until I do an official show, which I may do. I may do it Friday. Thursday or Friday, if not the latest Sunday, but I'm gonna try to do early. But you know, there's a lot of been recent developments. We had the antagonization by Vocab Malone, John Mark Reiser, and then I was on Solar Mind or Solar Vision Debate League, and there's like an interview session, and then at the interview session, then you have a open panel where people get to ask you questions and so forth. So that was a really interesting show. The thing I realized is that a lot of people like microwave scholarship. And this position, sometimes it's very difficult to convey information to them that's outside their paradigm. And it makes it real, I would say, edgy when you're trying to build with them, right? You're trying to explain certain things with them. And I realized everybody, their depth of research is not interdisciplinary, and their depth of research really doesn't go any deeper than their presuppositions. So, sometimes when you're dealing with people, you have to be patient, you have to be calm. Sometimes you got to initiate control and order, because sometimes, and that's a very clear example of that. If you go back and watch that video, there's a very clear example of that. Lynette's crazy. So peace to everybody that's in the chat, man. There's a lot of y'all jumping in here now. Shout out to Hebrew Lawyer in the building. Brian Irisari Straightson, Sword of Israel, 617, let's get it. Nisi's Pieces, Ace, Yaram Yahu, Yashar, Mo Spikes, my brother Malak Lorenzo, and the Most High Child, brother Chris. Lynette C in the building. Obadiah Israel. Let's see who else is up in here. My brother Shema Talmido. Let's see. We'll make sure I give y'all always know I give y'all a shout out. So again, we're just killing time waiting for the guests to arrive. Tamika Yevra, Yoel Ben Israel. Who else? Who else? Zephaniah Israel. And I think that's everybody. If you want to shout out, hit two. If I miss you, you want to shout out, hit two. Shout out to Kevin Scott in the building, Katriel Ben Israel in the building, Jay Lockhart 25 in the building. Appreciate y'all for joining us on tonight. See, the numbers is growing. So I don't know where my guests are. I sent them the link so that way they can log in. Okay, they said they're getting an error, so let me email it. Let me email them the link so that they have it. Let's see. They couldn't get in with their cell phones. I don't know why, but let me there it is. Let me email it to them. Okay, let's see if that worked. Okay, so I sent them the link again. So I'm gonna really go and really break down the show a little bit so you guys are aware of it. And when I have the discussion about John Mark, he's gonna be known as JMR going forward. All right, JMR. So when I have the discussion with JMR, I pretty much give a quick response to some of the things he was saying as it pertains to me as of late. Some things have been misrepresented. There was a couple of things that was said that was inaccurate. But I mean, I expect these kind of things. Like I said, I don't harbor hate in my heart for people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that serious. Now, I may have a strong dislike for people, so don't get me twisted. But hatred it's an emotion that once you allow it to consume you, there's no turning back. You know, it eats at you. So I don't harbor hate for anybody. Now, I may dislike things. I may not agree with things. I may have issues with things. But to hate a person per se, I mean, you know, now I can dislike them and, you know, there's still leeway to pursue retribution in the event that things are done to you unjustly. You feel what I'm saying? But in regards to hatred, you can't let nobody ruin your smile and deter away from your happiness. You feel what I'm saying? Especially when people troll you. You know, you just are not going to succumb to it. Hold on. I don't know what the guest is. If they're not here in another few minutes, I'll just get started talking about this event and how you guys can follow. And if somebody in here wants to join and be one of the speakers, we're looking for speakers, but I mean, the speakers we're looking for people who have the mindset of unity, who are respectful, who are very tactful, and are able to disseminate their worldview in a way in which it is scholarly, academic, structured, organized, and you know, be able to get it out to an audience, you know what I'm saying, that will be willing to receive it, because this event is about unity, you know. So I realized that, I mean, they may have some of those points, but I mean, some people are contentious, some people want to impose their worldview on other people, some people are debative, argumentative, some people just can't seem to avoid conflicts. So I couldn't really bring them on board for this event. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people that watch this channel have a different spirit. You feel what I'm saying? So it's easier for me to reach out to y'all and, you know, either get y'all or somebody that y'all know, who, if they want to be part of the event, they can. So I'm still waiting on them. I don't know what's going on. They said they can't join in. Hold on, family. All right, so we growing. There's more and more people joining in. I know a lot of you are probably joining in also for the turn up on those things that I just mentioned earlier. That show is coming. And I gotcha. We'll turn up a little bit. But in KHM style, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think they're gonna be able to get in on the show. So I'm about to get started. I'm just gonna send them an invite. Let's just send them an invite so they can just communicate in the chat. Okay, so I sent them the link. So hopefully, all right. Well, let me get started. All right, family. So thank y'all for tuning in, joining in. You can definitely share this link if you want. I didn't really even get to share it on my Facebook page, but let me do it now then. Let me share the link for this discussion. And shout out to my moderators, man. They on it. I appreciate y'all. All right. All right. Here we go. All right. So link is shared. Let's get to work. Just down a little bit. There we go. Evening. Oh, nope. I think I got my guess. Oh, no.
Yeah, it's Azariahu.
Oh, yeah. He's in the building. All right. Yeah, I know Yabina was having some difficulty joining in, but Shalom, Aki. I'm going to get to you in one moment, okay?
Shalom. Yeah.
All right, there's one of our guests that's here in the building. All right, family. So thank you all for joining in. This is Divine Prospect of Kingdom Harbinger Ministries. We have a quick special edition on tonight. We just want to make you guys aware of something that's going down, so you guys can definitely join in, be a part of something huge that is happening in our community that was conceived by two individuals that I was trying to invite on. I got one of them here. Hopefully the other one can join in. And they're putting together something spectacular for the Israelite community. They've invited me to the event, and I want to invite y'all out to the event too. Okay. So we got about 82 people in here. Go ahead and share the link, family. Share the link. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just lay out a quick skeleton, and then I'm going to allow my brother Azriyahu to sew in the flesh and the meat and everything else onto it. This event is scheduled for February. Okay. He's going to give you the date as well that we're working with. And again, we're still putting the event together. This one is really just to give you guys an idea so you guys can prepare about 2 months in advance for this event. And as well as if you know anybody that wants to be a speaker at the event, let us know. The seats are going to be extremely limited. There's only about 100 to 150 seats, right? But we are going to have a live stream to the event. And you guys can donate $10 and you'll be allowed to check out the live stream for the entire session. It's a pretty lengthy session. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of good meat that's going to be shared there, a lot of sisterhood and brotherhood that's going to be shown. And we're doing our best to minimize any interference from children. Okay, so you guys can get everything without being distracted while you're watching a live feed or while you're there in person. All right, this event is going to take place around Houston, Texas. Again, the details, if Azariah is comfortable with sharing these things right now, because we're still putting the final touches on it. An idea of what the event is, and then he can give the motive behind what our intentions are of the event. We want to be able to start unity events in the community, where the community is coming together. Brothers and sisters in the community are coming together, and we're discussing topics in the community for the sole purpose of unification and the sole purpose of sisterhood and brotherhood and familyhood, right? The objective is to discuss certain subject matters that can be controversial if it's on other platforms. What we want to do is show people that we're going to have people that best represent various perspectives on certain subject matters and be able to present it at large to the community, and have the community decide for themselves what they believe is the best representation of which worldview, and see how we can work together afterwards, and also what we learn from each other during that process, right? It's a coming together process for the community. And the subject matter for this particular session that's taking place in February is regarding the Israelite calendar, the reckoning of time, right? So what we're doing is we're inviting people who have different perspectives as it pertains to the Hebrew calendar, and we're having them present their findings and their conclusion in regards to it in a very scholarly academic manner. PowerPoints are encouraged as well. And we want to be able to do this so that way people can actually see at one event, the various perspectives and them being presented in a particular way where it's unhindered. It's very tactful, it's very particular. And it's something that after you watch it, you can take home from there and then see the discussions afterwards with individuals who respect each other and individuals that's willing to shema, you know what I'm saying, hear with the intent to do or to act. And that's what we want to invite people out to do at this event. So it's taking place again in Houston, Texas. So if you guys want to fly into Houston, or if you're in the Houston area, or if you want to drive from another state to Texas, or if you're in Texas, we want you guys to come out to this event because there's going to be nothing like it in the community. And every year, or maybe even twice a year, they're going to work it out. We're going to have different subject matters where we're going to have this and be able to disseminate the information to the audience, whether you're there physically or you're there virtually, and be able to try to get everybody on one accord, or at least give a common understanding of where we're at as a community. And I think that is the best way to put it. You know, so one of the individuals who were responsible for coming up with this idea, he's here with us. The sister, she's not here. She was having some difficulty joining in, but Azariah should be able to represent it very well. So I'm gonna let the brother have some time so he can speak. And Azariah, you can unmute your mic and you can definitely fill in the blanks.
Shalom, shalom. This is Azariah from Houston, Texas. And Sister Yabina, who hasn't been able to get on yet, is trying to get on. Is everyone able to hear me okay?
I can hear you. If y'all can hear him okay, hit one in the chat. Hit one in the chat if you can hear him okay. Yeah, it looks like they can hear you fine.
Okay, that's great. So, you know, one of the things, Sister Yabina and I'm Azariah, and we're with Torah Chaim, which is an assembly in Houston. And we had this idea, and we've been studying the calendar over a couple of years, and we realized that there's a number of different things that Israel is doing in keeping the calendar. And we were thinking, well, wouldn't it be nice if in a very scholarly, biblical, and loving way, we could come together and get all of the presentations of what people are doing and find out why they're doing it from a historical, biblical, and scholarly perspective, and get all that to happen in one sitting, in one conference. But not just that, but give the ability of folks who are there to actually ask questions in a non-threatening way. Because as you know, the calendar can be very, people can be passionate about it. But the one thing that Yah has put in front of his people is, despite our differences, can we love one another? That's the big shaitan that we have to deal with now. And I think if we can have people come together and present the calendar, Israel can at least do whatever it is that they do with regard to the calendar with knowledge and not just because someone said so. And then hopefully over time, more and more of the Israelite community will get on the same page as we're able to take a look at the pros and the cons of what we're doing in a scholarly biblical way. So that's the idea, is to get together, to study the calendar and get different perspectives, at least 4 or 5 different perspectives of the major ways that the calendar is being kept now. When does a year start? How do you reckon the feast days? And really understand that. And that's our goal. And we're going to be here in Houston. We've got a venue that's going to be at the Lake Houston Wilderness Park, where we have had our tabernacle event before. And it's going to be from February the 8th through the 10th. Again, this is going to be an adult-friendly environment because we'd like the ability to limit distractions and noise and things that our children can bring sometimes. So this is going to be limited to adults. It's one of the very few times that will happen, but we think it's necessary to preserve a scholarly environment, because we'd like folks to be able to take a look at this in the future, whether it's on YouTube or whatever, and get a good appreciation for the material that's been presented.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, brother. Azriyahu, I'm gonna place you on mute real quick. Okay, so this is what we're doing right now, family. At the stage we're at right now, we have the name of the event, we have the itinerary, we have the venue. Okay, and the thing right now, try to get an RSVP as soon as we can, so we can anticipate how many people are going to be there, so we can cover things such as snacks, food, seating, and just common courtesy arrangements and accommodations that we want to provide for those who are coming in. So we want to start on that and see where the interest is at. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unmute the brother. Brother Azrael, can you unmute yourself real quick?
There we go.
Yes. Can you tell us what the email address is for people who are interested in wanting to come out, where they can email you guys at?
It's going to be Torahchaim. That's TORAHCHAYIM at protonmail.com. That's Torahchaim at protonmail.com.
There we go. Awesome. And so I'll meet you right back. I'm opening you back up in a little bit. All right. So that's where we at right now. We want to be able to gauge the interest of the community and how many people want to come out to the event. So feel free again to share this link, because we want to invite people on and get them here at the event. Also, we're looking for speakers. Okay. So if you want to be a speaker for the event, you can email the brother at the email he gave you, or you can email me as well, and I'll get it over to them at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. Moderators, can you add his email address and my email address in the chat for the 100 or so people that's in the chat right now, for those who are interested in the event and coming out. Also, if you're interested in a live stream, if you can't make it out, let us know as well. We want to be able to secure you a live stream session as well, to those who want to support the event. And also the purpose of this event, not only just for us to come together and have the discussion in, like he said, a loving fashion, where we're not coming there to hate or to argue or to fight. We're actually coming there to learn from each other. We're actually coming there to serve one another, right? We're actually coming there to meet one another and see who else is out there, who may share what my position is, and any questions that I may have. I'm in a safe environment that I can ask them without scrutiny, or I can ask them without somebody condescending on me or make me feel stupid or anything like that. We want to remove all of those stumbling blocks, so that way you have a free roam environment to release or express things that you may have kept to yourself as it pertains to this subject matter, to brothers and sisters who are on the same page. So we definitely want to encourage this. And like I said, this is going to be one of many events that's coming out. We're going to try to raise funds for these events as well, hence why we ask for donations, because it's going to go towards another event that's going to be this goes. And if this goes well, which we're praying to Yah that it will, then the one that's coming up next year, well, maybe at the end of next year, the beginning of 2020, they'll put the schedule out, or you guys will know in February, depending upon the success. We want to make it bigger every year, right? We want to make it greater every year. And we want to make sure that the Ruach is in that place amongst us, you know what I'm saying, to the point where the seams of the doors is busting open. And people on the outside will be compelled to come in to see what it is that we're talking about. So we want to have everybody on one accord on that level. You feel what I'm saying? So I appreciate the brother and the sister, Azrahu and Yabina, for coming up with this idea, inviting me on to speak as well, and also to assist. Getting everything, all the loose ends tied together. But like I said, another important thing is speakers. So if you know anybody out there who may be interested in this event, and listen to the qualifications, you know that number one, they have already put material out, right? Because we need to vet what it is that their position is, so that way we can represent it before it's spoken, right? So they have to have a video out of this teaching somewhere, or they may have a website out with this teaching, right? That's number one. So we must see your information. Mine is available on Kingdom Harbinger Ministries on this YouTube channel, so you can go back and check it out. So everybody else who wants to be a part, they will actually have to have videos out, or create one ASAP and then submit it to us, the link, so that way we can review it and we can let you know whether we're going to bring you on or not. You have to be somebody that you know who's a leader in the community, who is not argumentative, who is not combative, who is not looking for conflict, who is not looking to argue. We don't want that type of spirit at this event. So if you know a person is good with information, but this other element of them is not as good, then you're going to have to find an alternative, right? We have to have somebody that's willing to conduct and carry themselves the way that Yah would encourage us to when we're in an environment like this. We don't want to cause any confusion. We don't want to have any issues, no drama. This is not going to be the place for this, all right? We're coming together as one unit. And this is what we want to represent when people see the video, after this event is over. They want to see the love. And mind you, this is not one camp. This is multiple people from congregations and Israelites who may not even have a congregation to go to. They can come to this event and they can meet other people, and we can grow from there. So we want to be able to put on our best spiritual attire to convey to the family, the essence of the internal characteristics that we want to display, that we can do these things. Because, there's a lot of opposition out there with people who disagree with our worldview, disagree with our perspective on things. And it's mainly because they say we're unruly. We don't know how to conduct themselves, because they have the wrong image of our community. So we want to change that with this event. We want to show how big this event can be, how successful it can be, and that it can do so with everybody coming there on one accord. So make sure they have a video out. Make sure that their character can be vetted, and this is somebody who can actually convey their information without doing it in a condescending way, a disrespectful way, in a very tactful manner. Okay. The individual who's coming out, we encourage people who want to come to the event. We're trying to minimize the amount of children that are there, simply because we don't want it to interfere with the acoustics. We don't want to distract away from the speakers and from the listening audience. So we're not telling you don't bring your kids, period. But we're saying if you can find some accommodations, if you do have children and you want to come out, we would prefer it to be simply for adults. And that's what we're working on. The speakers, there may be some exceptions for the speakers, because we're actually inviting them in, and we're hosting accommodations for the speakers. But if you know that you won't be able to do it, but you still want to partake in the event live, the live stream will be available and you can donate to it. So please send speakers that represent various perspectives as it pertains to the calendar. You can email me or that, and the video, the material, to make sure that, yes, this person is the best representative of this position. Also, we're going to check the person out. We're going to look up on their Facebook. to see how they're conducting themselves on their Facebook, on their YouTube channel. We just want to ensure that we're not inviting somebody to speak who may turn up, because that's not what we want. Now, we're not trying to restrict you from being strong and confident, voicing your opinion, but no, you're speaking to family, right? You're not speaking to an enemy camp or somebody else you have an issue with. You're speaking to family. All right. We prefer the speaker to have a PowerPoint and be prepared with a PowerPoint. So that way people can see along with hearing the information, and they can take notes and take it in. All right. The person has to be okay with being asked questions, okay, as it pertains to what it is that they're teaching. You know, if the person that you want to suggest has an issue with people asking them questions, then this is not the event for them. Okay. Again, we want to have the best representative from every worldview, so that way we can put on a great show, not only for the community, but to please the Most High. We want this essence to go up and be a very sweet smelling aroma in the nostrils of the Most High. And, you know, we speak with anthropomorphic language, but in the nostrils of the Most High, so you can look down and be pleased with what we're doing as a community, and we can set the standard. So this is a groundbreaking event. This right here is going to spearhead going forward how we should come together if we're going to discuss differences, and an environment of love, an environment where we can ask questions, and an environment where everybody can see everybody's perspective under one roof with no violence, you know, no issues, and no conflicts. All right. So that's pretty much what we wanted to lay out for you guys. And we definitely want you guys to join in, and we want you guys to be a part of this event that is going to be sensational. You know, this, from what we was talking about, the itinerary saw, there's nothing like it. There's definitely nothing like it, right? So, so those of you who's in the chat, I mean, if any of y'all are interested in this, let me know. Let me do, brother Azriyahu, are you there?
Kanak, I'm here.
Okay. Can you spell out your email address again? Because some people, they missed it.
Okay.
Put it in the chat.
It's TORAH.
TORAH.
CHAYIM.
HYIAM.
It's CHAYIM. Torah Kayim. CHAYIM at protonmail.com.
Protonmail.com. All right, so I put it in the chat as well, so it's there. All right, cool. So I appreciate that. All right, so family, again, we don't want this long and drawn out. We just want you guys just to get an idea of what this event is about. And we're going to set it up also for the live stream, but we'll have the Eventbrite link up soon. As soon as they put the Eventbrite link up, I will share it on the next live, and I will also put it on my social media accounts so that you guys are aware of that as well. I know a lot of people said that they want to see the live stream, the ones who can't physically make it there. So we want to definitely take care of that. Brother Azriyahu, can you give the date as well? Some people are asking about the date of the event.
We're going to be February the 8th through the 10th. That's starting Friday, February the 8th. And we hope to have our first speaker begin to speak a little bit after 6 o'clock. And we're going through Sunday at through about noonish or 1 o'clock.
All right, awesome. All right, family, I also put it in the chat as well so you guys can see that. All right. So it's February 8th to the 10th. So it's a whole weekend. All right. We definitely would love for you guys to be there. I know there's a lot of people who've been saying, you know, Devon, when you're going to come out to Houston and what's going on in Houston. So if I come out to Houston, it's going to be for a great cause. And this is something that, you know, if I could walk there, I will walk there for. That's how great this event is that they putting on. And you know, this brother and sister, they have a heart of gold, you know, and I've learned about them through the grapevine, and the grapevine connected me to them, and I've heard wonderful things about them and their spirit. So I mean, this is something worth me, like I said, walking to Houston for. So I will definitely be there. We'll have some members from KHM there as well. And we'll be able to learn about their congregation and what they're doing in Houston. So if you need a home in Houston, you know, you have some place to go. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate these brothers and sisters from their congregation for putting the hard work and effort to put this event together and be able to offer it to you guys. You know what I'm saying? So that way we have something that we could be proud of going forward, because I see a lot of Christian conferences that be coming up and they have different speakers speaking on different things, and everybody's on one accord in regards to their conduct, right? They may have some disagreements in regards to their doctrine, but conduct wise, they're on one accord. We have to do better than that. Right, we have to be where the scripture says that he has made you above all nations. That's just not to mean superiority as far as your bloodline. It has to do with your character, with your conduct, right? So we have to exemplify a degree of excellence that the other nations are going to envy, because we serve the Most High Yah, right? So we want to continue to exude this type of excellence, so that way it can draw those in, so that they can see what Israel is doing and they can be drawn in by the ahava, the love that will be conveyed there. All right. So this is definitely what we're going to do. So the topic for Roderick, if you join in late, this is regarding the calendar, right? The Hebrew Israelite calendar. And what we're doing is, again, we want people to come out from all over if you can. And if you can't make it, we got the live stream going up that you guys can donate to. And we want to also get speakers, right? So you can go back, watch this video. I mentioned a criteria. And if you can know any speakers that want to represent their particular worldview, you can have them email. The email is in the chat. And again, the good thing about these live streams now is once the live stream is over, you can go back and review the chat. So the chat will be up with the information for those of you who are interested in it. All right. So tune in. I'm going to hand it back over to the brother Azriyahu to give his final words, and then I'm going to close out. So you have the floor.
Shalom, shalom. Can you guys hear me okay? My connection's a little bit slow.
Yeah, we hear you fine.
Okay. So again, this is just in summary. We're looking forward to hosting a calendar conference here in the Houston area, February 8th through the 10th. We hope to have scholarly, biblical, loving presentations and questions to address Israel. And so that as we go about keeping the calendar that we keep, we need to do that with knowledge and understanding, and not just because somebody said so. So we're really looking forward to hosting this and being able to serve Yasharal with loving kindness. And we appreciate your support and spreading the word. We would ask that the speakers come prepared with PowerPoints and with the ability to be able to defend in a loving way your positions as we expect questions. The questioning will be monitored to make sure that it is appropriate and loving and is consistent with the environment that we try to set up. So we're really looking forward to it. And Ak, I want to thank you for helping us get the word out.
All right. Thank you so much for that, brother Azriyahu. So we're definitely going to keep the family informed. I'm looking at the questions, family, so I want to make sure I address it before I close out, because I'm about to give my closing as well. So I see somebody asks, they want to know, actually, they want to know where in Houston do you congregate at, brother Azriyahu? Are you there, brother Azriyahu? You can unmute your mic. You there, Aki? Okay, he might have stepped away. But we'll have all the details for you guys again in the next session. Shout out to brother Yehuda Ben Yisrael. We appreciate the donation. Some of the proceeds from that donation will go towards this event as well. So we can help get the speakers out. We can help accommodate the family with food. And we have in-between things that are going on as well that we want to keep you guys entertained and keep you guys engaged in this event. Also, Yehuda Ben Yisrael, if you can make it, great. If not, then we'll hook you up with the free live stream. Just email me at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com because your donation has opened it up for you to have a live stream, and not just for you. We'll also give a gift live stream for my donation. All right. So brother Yehuda Ben Yisrael, please email me at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com so we can square you away. All right. We definitely appreciate it. The sister Mo Spike said how to donate. The donation, you can do so via the email address. So you can email me and I'll take the donations, and I'll have it accounted for by Yabina and brother Azariyahu. and it can go towards your live stream, or it can go towards the event itself. Because again, this is going to work. Yes, we plan to have music there as well. The event may be on YouTube, or we may have it on a separate streaming site. But again, we'll give you those details. The purpose of this is just to see the interest. We want to make sure people are interested in an event where people come together in love and unity and respect for one another, and try to attract speakers who have the same energy, right? And the same ruach, the same spirit, okay? So Brother Azriyahu, you there?
Yeah, I'm back. What was the question you had for me?
Yeah, they wanted to know where your congregation is in Houston, because some people are interested in fellowshipping with you guys.
So one, please, if you're interested, go ahead and send an email to the torahkayim@protonmail.com. We typically get together at the library off of Barker Cypress at Lone Star College. There's a Houston Public Library at Lone Star College at Barker Cypress, and that's where we typically are every Shabbat.
Awesome, awesome. So there you go. So those of you who are in Houston, and you want to go and patronize a congregation that's the same spirit that we have here at KHM, then I co-sign the brother and him and Yabina. Go definitely fellowship with them. As well as for the donations, again, send the emails if you want to donate anything, if you want a slot, if you want to come there. We want to make sure that you guys have a seat that is held for you. If you want the live stream, definitely reach out to us, and we'll make sure we secure a live stream. The more people we get, the better. Again, we have almost about 2 months to get this, to garner interest for this event, to get enough people there. Again, we have about 100 to 150 seats there for people who want to physically be there. If you can't be there, somebody in Houston, send them out. Okay. Whatever it is, maybe they may not understand about us being Israelites. Maybe they may understand about the calendar. Maybe they may not even know anything about that, but that they have a spirit where they're seeking and they're searching and they're going to meet others. Invite people out in your stead if you cannot go, right? Because I know a lot of people, myself, who are in Houston, who probably on a borderline, and I want to make sure that they're there as well. Okay, so that way we can bring them into the fold and enlighten them and make them aware of what's going on. All right. So again, the emails are there in the chat. Moderators, please put the emails up one more time, so that way everybody can see it. Again, donations can be done. You can do it through the super chat button, like the brother Yehuda did earlier. You guys can donate to KHM as well at our GoFundMe. All that I'll put Azariyahu and Yabina's contact information and donation information in the description as well, so you have that also as a point of reference when the video is over. All right. So again, family, shalom to all of you that came out. It was about 120 people it peaked at. I appreciate y'all for coming out. Again, spread the word everywhere. All the details will be coming soon as the Eventbrite is up with all the specifics. We'll have it out to you guys. Again, we're still looking for speakers. I think Azariyahu, how many speakers do we have representing? About 5 speakers. How many speakers do you have set up?
Yeah, the plan is to have 4 or 5 speakers representing the major views of the calendar.
Okay, awesome. So that's 4 speakers. So that means we have about 3, 4 more speakers, or maybe 3 other people, because we have a tentative speaker. So we have maybe 3 slots open. Okay. So again, email us if you or a leader that has put out information on this, a video on this, so we can vet it and make sure their character has been vetted as well. So that will get them in the best representation of Yah that has ever been seen in our community thus far, and that we can use this donation and this environment to push for an even bigger one the following year. All right. So family, we love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, like I said, all the details will be in the description. Make sure I add it there tomorrow, because I'm going in to do a contract job that I'm working on right now. So I'll be there for the next 10 hours. So I won't be able to add the description immediately, but this video will be up and it'll be on there tomorrow morning. All right. So again, shout out to my administrators. I appreciate that. Thank you, family, in here, for showing your support. Now, again, people are asking about the camps. I mean, we're kind of leery on that. Not saying that there are no camps out there that don't know how to conduct themselves or won't be good at representing. They just will have to understand that if they're coming here, what kind of environment that they're going to get into. And we have a zero tolerance policy for anybody that's going to be disrespectful, anybody that's trying to turn up, anybody that's trying to impose themselves, where we have a zero tolerance for that. Okay, there we go. I think my connection dropped a little bit. So again, I'll just reiterate what I said before. As far as anybody who knows anybody that's in something labeled as a camp, if anybody from a camp comes, they have to be on their best behavior. They have to bring their A game. They have to come in a loving manner or fashion, because we have a zero tolerance policy for anybody that's coming there to argue, to turn up, to impose themselves, to intimidate anybody. None of that will be supported at this event. You will be escorted out off the premises if that's the spirit that you're coming in. All right. So again, we're just encouraging people who are very good at representing themselves, are coming in a respectful, loving manner, and they can scholarly, in a very academic fashion, disseminate this information with a good structured PowerPoint, and know that this is not a debate. This is a conference, right? We're sharing our perspective. Thank you for tuning in. Again, the details will be up. It'll be in the description of this video. And again, on my next live, I'll give you more specifics. But right now, we're just garnering interest. And we're also trying to invite speakers. All right. Love you, family. Thank you for watching. Peace and shalom. We'll speak again.